Soup Deja Vu by Michael Tamburro. This film was created in 1997 by Michael Tamburro when he was an undergraduate film and psychology student at Cornell University. Daniel Simon served as an advisor.
Hey you, I've been here almost a half an hour.
Josephine, sorry I'm late, but you won't believe what happened to me on my way over.
Well, try me.
You know that big stretch of Lake Ridge Road that gets all muddy when the snow thaws?
What about it?
Well, about an hour ago, I was on my way over here, and some old woman in a big caddy is sitting in a puddle blocking the road. So I get out of my car to see what's going on, and she's freaking out because she's been stuck in the mud for 20 minutes. She says her husband told her to put sandbags in the trunk to get better traction, but she hadn't gotten around to it yet. So she asks me to sit in the back seat to put more weight over the rear tire.
So you're late because you were bouncing around in the back of some old lady's car. Should I be worried?
Very funny. It's not like I had a lot of choice. I had to get around her somehow, and she wasn't going anywhere by herself. I guess I could have stood on the back bumper, but I didn't want to get all muddy. I didn't have time to change before I came over.
Are you sure there was no way to get around her? So you got into a stranger's car. Did she offer you candy too?
But she was just an old lady. Anyway, so I get in the back seat and I tell her to hit the gas, and we take off like you wouldn't believe.
Great. So why were you so late?
Because she didn't stop. She's driving and driving, and I'm saying hello, and she turns to me while she's driving and says, "Don't worry, we're almost there."
So you're late because you got kidnapped by an old granny.
I'm trying to get her to turn around or slow down or something, and she's just barreling along. I ask her where we're going, and she says, "You're going to meet my daughter Cecilia. You seem like such a nice young man."
Oh my God, what happened?
Fortunately, her daughter was just down the road. When we stopped on the driveway, I was going to make a break for it when this little girl on the front lawn yells, "Mom, Grandma brought home another guy." So the Cecilia comes out and starts apologizing. Turns out she's been married for 7 years. I was the third guy brought over this week. Anyway, she gave me a lift back to my car, and I came right over here.
You know, that's weird. I had a feeling something bad was going to happen to you today.
Oh, geez, thanks. That's a real great retroactive psychic ability you have there.
You'll thank me the day my psychic powers save your life.
I don't know, I guess that depends on when your powers kick in. I might have trouble thanking you if I'm dead.
Speaking of death, I found out from the neighbors that a murder happened in my new house back before the previous owner bought the place, right in the dining room.
Whoa, that'll make for some interesting dinner conversation. And right where you're sitting, Mom, is where they found the mutilated body. More ketchup?
You know, Bill, your abduction today kind of reminds me of what happened to your Uncle Jerry.
You mean Uncle Barry? When he fell asleep in the car and got towed away?
Right, but that was Uncle Jerry. He fell asleep downtown in a tow-away zone, woke up in an impound lot, and was locked in the whole weekend.
Maybe it was Uncle Jerry, but he wasn't downtown. He was in his driveway. He was trying to get away from Aunt Sheila, so he took a nap in the old station wagon, genius.
Uh-huh. And you're so smart yourself. Tell me, how did he end up in the impound lot, huh?
He didn't know that Aunt Sheila had called the scrap dealer to haul the heap to the junkyard. He woke up in the junkyard, not the impound lot. Looks like your memory is about as good as your psychic powers.
I'm sorry, I'm such a klutz. Half the time I don't know where my head is.
That's not true. I'm sorry for being such a pain. Who cares whether it was Uncle Jerry or Uncle Barry?
That's not what I was upset about. Your story, the one about the granny. My friend Christine told that to me yesterday. She heard it on the radio. You didn't even get it right. The daughter's 47, unmarried, and still lives at home with her mother. And who is Cecilia? Is that where you were? In the real story, the daughter's name is Priscilla.
No, I can explain. I think I got the names mixed up. Cecilia was the name of the granny.
What? Bill, I'm serious now. Where were you?
Oh, I almost forgot. Priscilla, that is, wanted to apologize for her mother's behavior.
What the hell is wrong with you? You weren't even there. This is a story my friend heard on the radio.
She felt really terrible about me being late for our 2-month anniversary lunch. I'm just so glad I made it here to be with you.
Am I imagining this? Am I completely wrong?
Why don't we just have some lunch and forget about it? Where were we?
Bill, where were you? Really?
We met at 9.
We met at 8.
I was on time.
No, you were late.
Ah, yes, I remember it well.
You might have noticed that the scene changed from a Japanese restaurant to a picnic. You probably didn't notice all of the changes as they happened, though. Learn more at theinvisiblegorilla.com.